Guys, remember Star Trek? Remember this little show called Star Trek? Used to be good for many, many years. And then Enterprise ended with, at the time, the most disappointing season finale in Star Trek history. And then it died. Came back briefly for Picard season 3 and basically can't call it a fan film project. It is backed by fans who have actually worked on Star Trek. And we got Unification, which was beautiful. There's other ones too, but Unification is peak. It's so good. And that's all the Star Trek we've really had since 2005. So almost 20 years. Everything else you've seen is fake Trek, is Kurtzman Trek. It is awful. It is antithetical to everything that show was about. It's as the people who are the showrunners and the writers have a fundamental misunderstanding. They have tried since to bring in Star Trek people. It has not helped in the least bit. Strange New Worlds, this is going to be a cooler one, is just as silly, if not as dumb as Star Trek Discovery, including but not limited to singing Klingons. And I'm telling you, it's tough to find something as dumb, not just scientific, not just dumb science fiction, just dumb as Star Trek Discovery season 1, Picard season 1, and Strange New Worlds season 1. Then they tried to make it Lower Decks. They've tried to make Star Trek Star Wars. They've tried to make Star Trek Marvel. The next one is going to be trying to make Star Trek Harry Potter. They've tried to make Star Trek Rick and Morty. What they haven't been able to do until Terry Matalas came around was make Star Trek Star Trek. So Terry Matalas had to put together parts in a cave from the awful Picard season 1 and 2 and made something not only watchable but fun, and it gave Star Trek fans something Star Wars fans will never get. The crew of the Enterprise on the old school, on the D, flying out to the Star Trek theme, to the Goldsmith Star Trek theme. Did it take some maneuvering to get there? It sure did, and I loved it. They rewarded him by letting him go, and now he's off to Marvel. Terry Matalas is off to Marvel, and we are getting a couple of things. We're getting Star Trek Academy, which was originally sold as Harry Potter Star Trek, because, Academy, they both have schools. Remember when Doctor Who tried this? Chat, remember Class, where they tried to do a Twilight-ish, Harry Potter-ish thing with Doctor Who? Yeah, lasted one season. We're also going to we were promised. Remember, this was way back in the season 1 days. We were told that a Section 31, Star Trek Section 31, the covert Section 31, which is essentially one guy that we've seen for the most part throughout Star Trek, was one guy. That's all section. There was it was a covert organization. So we were promised a series with Michelle Yeoh, who puts in her worst performance as an actress. They never got the series because it never got greenlit. It got greenlit as a movie after Michelle Yeoh won an Academy Award for Everything Everywhere All at Once. All of a sudden they go, hey, we have her signed on to this show. We should make something. And that's all Star Trek has been, his content. We should make something. Hey, season 2, that Iron Man is hot. Let's make Michael Burnham. Let's put her in a time-traveling Iron Man suit. Let's rip off, oh God, what's the video game they ripped off in? I'm, major gamer. What's the video game they ripped off in Picard season 2? Everybody was telling me over and over again, this is just a ripoff of this game. Mass Effect. Thank you. Mass Effect. So we finally get a trailer for Section 31 and a release date. So again, this thing was announced back in 2018. So let's see how Star Trek it is. And remember, we just saw Unification. A lot of you out there saw Unification. Not as many people like Picard season 3 as much as I did. Don't care. I loved it. So that's kind of like the last thing I've seen was Unification and Picard season 3. Here we go. That's how you always start out Star Trek. Boom, boom, bow, bow, bow. Fucking get the fuck.
Here's a customer hoping for a word with you.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Let this be our last battlefield. And now it's like, I was hoping for a word with you.
Bring him.
Okay, so little background. This is Captain Georgiou. She was, did I say captain? Well, she was the former emperor from the Mirror Universe. She was brought in from the Mirror Universe because they went there in season 1. She's brought over into what is still mistake to the Kurtzman Trek timeline, where she is, by the way, this is Space Hitler. This is Space Hitler, killed millions of people, but she's a girl boss. So we're going to bring her in and she's going to have a redemption arc and everything. And she's going to be like totally cool. And listen, it is so cringe in season 1. There's lines like, I don't know how your tiny little male brains comprehend that kind of bullshit. It's like, it's because it's written by a bunch of catty dudes and women who wrote soap operas. That's why. So yeah, this is the former emperor in the mirror universe.
What are you doing in my space station?
I'm giving you a chance to get back in on the action on a galactic scale.
What a cute idea.
Oh, fuck off. It's so Star Trek. I hear the echoes of Roddenberry's message in that's so cute. Jesus Christ. So another thing with Philippa Georgiou is she went with Michael Burnham, or Space Jesus, as we like to call her, and her entirely cis male free crew, which was the whole point. And they're like, this is the first Star Trek crew without a white straight male. Oh, you don't think people said that? People said that. That was the whole point. Progress through racism, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, she went to the future because they had fucked up Star Trek so much because it was supposed to be a prequel to the original series, but the tech was so insane and just didn't match up. And they got tired of hearing about breaking canon, because canon's hard for Alex Kurtz to remember that one. He's all, canon's difficult. I mean, I got to do work and stuff. So they put them to the future, farther in the future than they've ever been. And we found out that the Federation had fallen due to a retarded alien missing his mom and screaming and destroying all the dilithium across the universe at one time. I can hear you. You said, that sounds retarded. You're right. That's when I was out. I'm like, peace out on Star Trek Discovery. I know there was 2 more seasons, but I was like, okay. So, but Georgiou was sent back. Now, I can't remember what timeline she was sent back to. I don't care. I guess we'll find out. I don't know if she's in her original prequel timeline or in the future. I don't know.
The only way this works is if I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
We're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet's ever seen.
Oh my God, they're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet has ever seen, since the next threat that will be unlike anything Starfleet has ever seen. It's spies. Also, Section 31, covert operation, works in the shadows, does the dirty work or necessary dirty work of the Federation, kind of like, like an operative from Serenity. Like an operative. But I think the key to a covert organization, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be overstepping my bounds. Maybe, I've never been in a covert organization, so maybe I'm wrong. But I think you want to remain covert in the shadows, on the DL, you know what I mean? But no, they have badges. They have badges that are easily recognizable as the Section 31 badges. They have giant bases where people know where they are, and ships. They also have who's our best covert employee of the month plastered all over every starship. And it's always Philippa Georgiou now. They have fucking badges. This might be the gayest Star Trek ever. I don't know. Strange New World, pretty gay. All of Star Trek Discovery, super gay. I remember at the Star Trek convention, they were asking each star from each series who was alive there, and they had a representative. I think they had all the doctors from all the series, minus, of course, Dr. McCoy. And they asked, what differentiates you from each show? And they all said, well, ours was the first. We're focused on exploration. Ours was more introspective. Ours, was, the first time in war, blah, blah, blah. And the doctor from Little Ricky from Star Trek Discovery said, we were the most diverse. They weren't, but that's what he said.
Billions of lives are at stake. Gather your people.
The only thing that's at stake is the brain cells of the people who still watch this.
We're going to need every one of them.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work.
And there's a badge. Here's your badge.
Just a place for people to bend the rules.
Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
Oh, God.
What Whatever you believed your mission was, is worse than you thought.
How do we stop it?
We work together and don't get dead. I'll try my
And don't get dead.
hardest.
You ready? Let's get messy.
You don't
Remember when people who are literate can write
answer her questions directly,
and did write?
she will punch you in your face.
What?
You said that she was going to be doing the face
I
punching.
lied.
You have no idea what you've started.
If this is the best from, like, trailers are supposed to show off the best. I got to say, man, this acting is phenomenal. I've seen better acting in a porn.
This is going to be bad.
Okay, that's the first truthful thing this trailer has said. This is gonna be bad.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We survive together.
Together. Okay, you guys aren't gonna know this, but that's a thing. So towards the end of almost every Kurtzman trailer, not most of them, there's somebody going, "We do this together. We have to do it together." And they put in a together. They did it. Marketing has told us that if you say together, it means like we're actually a team. We actually don't all hate each other and want to plunge knives between our shoulder blades. At least that's how people who have real relationships in the real world, that's how I'm told it works. But here in Hollywood, we just say together because we think they like it, you know, because we're not really sure how to be human anymore. We're told that those little plebs that we fly over all the time, they like family and they say Christmas still. They want their boys to grow up to be boys. You know, they're so backwards, and their girls to grow up to be girls. Such backwards people. But I guess they like this word together because it means like togetherness or something. Are you gay? That was my marketing executive at Paramount. You're welcome. Been working on that performance.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.